Are we at a tipping point? And what does that indicate to you? That indicates that people are noticing the lies. They are starting to wake up. And 60% of journalists and reporters are not telling you the truth.
Trust is collapsing. The con game is unraveling. Fake money, fake promises, and a financial system built on illusions. It's all crumbling before our eyes. The data doesn't lie. Americans no longer believe in their institutions, and for good reason. But while confidence in the system vanishes, gold and silver remain the ultimate truth. So, what happens when trust hits zero? Stay tuned, because today, Lynette Zang breaks down the deception, the crisis, and how you can protect yourself before it's too late.
Data behind America's waning trust in institutions. And remember, this is a con game. All of this stuff is just fake money. It is fake for, what is it fake for? Oh my goodness, gold and silver. They want you to have confidence in this, and they don't want you to have confidence in this. But in gold and silver, I trust. That's where you need your confidence, because it has the broadest base of functionality and the broadest base of demand. But what is happening? If mistrust were a disease, the United States would be facing an epidemic. Over the last half century, trust in American institutions has steadily declined, and this mistrust has rapidly increased in recent years. While not unique on a global level, and that is something to take note of, the U.S. rates of mistrust are now exceeding those of many other nations. And that is what was happening going into 2020, was the rise of the populist movement, was the rise of the public saying no more. Of course, what happened in 2020 with the cerveza disease, etc., that kind of took care of that problem for a minute. But as you can see, it's on the rise again, because the end of this con game is very, very close. Can't tell you exactly when, but very close. So here's the most current data on the average confidence in major U.S. institutions between 1979 and 2023. And you can see it has steadily declined. There's been a little blip here and a little blip there, because that's opium. Everybody hopes that things will be different. Everybody hopes that the currency will regain some of its former value. That's what they knew when they put this con game together. But I love using Zimbabwe as an example. This is a $10 trillion Zimbabwe note, and I can't buy anything with it. And even the new currency that was supposed to be backed by gold, nope, overnight devaluation 44%. If it was backed by gold, they couldn't do it. It was pegged to gold, so then they could do it. There is a difference between backing and pegging. So whenever you hear that term backing, and I know I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but it's really important. Anytime you hear that word backing, it is truly only backed if you can convert it into the underlying asset. And with all these asset-backed securities coming out, you better make sure of that one. All right, I digress. Sorry about that. But according to the Trust Barometer, established leaders are not trusted to tell the truth. Okay, I love this. This is the percentage in the U.S. who worry that. Government leaders are not telling the truth. 70%. Does that shock you? Because it doesn't shock me. 59% of business leaders are not telling you the truth. Shocking. And 60% of journalists and reporters are not telling you the truth, and are purposely trying to mislead people by saying things they know are false or gross exaggerations. You see that level of confidence? Are we at a tipping point? I believe we are purposely trying to mislead people by saying things they know are false or gross exaggerations. Well, guess what happens to confidence if you don't believe what somebody's saying? Because after all, my favorite question, how many times can you be lied to when you do not know the truth? Every single time. And now what we're looking at is changes in confidence in political and non-political institutions. And this is comparing the years of 72 to 79 and 2010 to 2021. So people had a lot more confidence in the 70s as we were transitioning into this debt-based system, into a new system. You have to have confidence as high as possible to transition into a new system so that people don't know that anything had changed. And I could tell you, since I was there, things have changed a lot. So you can see that the confidence in Wall Street, which is supposed to be a barometer, we were taught that this is a barometer of how well the economy is doing. But there is no good price discovery in Wall Street anymore. It has been turned into purely a trading market, and people are reflecting it. They don't trust Wall Street. They don't trust Congress anymore. I mean, these are the leaders of the US anyway, and they are severely untrusted. And they don't trust banks. These are the foundations. Wall Street's banks and the government are the foundations of the monetary and the social system here. And look at how much distrust is in the system. And what does that indicate to you? That indicates that people are noticing the lies. They are starting to wake up. They are starting to lose that level of confidence that is required to keep this thing floating and to make that transition. And this is actually what gives me the greatest hope for us to come together in global community, position out of that crappy fiat that is losing all of its value and has already lost its value into sound money. And then maybe we have a shot at having a seat at the table and a more fair monetary system on the other side of this. That is my fondest wish. Because frankly, when public confidence is gone, hyperinflation will become apparent, right? So technicals are telling me that the hyperinflation has already begun. We just can't see it yet. And the recent print on inflation, well, those numbers are already so jury-rigged, and it's ridiculous. And you're the one that's living through it. Do you think it's true? Do you think that there's only 2.9% inflation? Well, maybe people aren't buying as much caviar. But let me tell you, when you go in to buy the food that you need for your family or go to the gas pump, it tells you a different story. So this is why I say we are very, very close. Confidence has declined a lot, and young voters are moving beyond lack of trust. Wow. Overwhelmingly, these younger voters believe government is actively against the people. This is what creates revolution. I want you to think about that. It's not my age. I'm trying to create a peaceful revolution just by creating a sound money foundation that they cannot inflate away and they cannot abuse because it's out of the system, it's decentralized, it's global. But the younger people, this is why we're seeing a rise in cash use amongst the younger people and a run to gold because they're questioning everything, as they should. That is their job. But are we going into a revolution? I believe we are. This is your bazooka. This is nothing. One place, this every place. Bazooka, that's what you want. Because gold and silver are used in every single sector of the global economy. So really, that's why I always say it has the broadest base of buyer. It does not require confidence because it's a commodity money. It's real. You hold it and you own it. There is no counterparty risk to this. And there are so many outlets where if you needed to liquidate and convert into whatever the current money is, that's easy peasy. That's no big deal.
If this video opened your eyes, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps spread the message. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights from Lynette Zang and tap that bell icon so you never miss an update. The financial system is shifting fast. Stay informed, stay prepared, and we'll see you in the next one.